Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this one, I'm going to show you how to create the perfect trading journal and the most effective way to log your trades in this journal. Having a journal is extremely important to reach consistency in your trading. And honestly, I have never met a successful trader who doesn't journal his or her trades. So if you follow the steps in this video and properly apply them, it will take your trading game to the next level and improve your strategy both in terms of win rate and monthly percentage. So follow along with me until the end and let's get started. So the platform that we're going to use is Notion. Notion is a well-known platform and I believe, in my opinion, it's the best platform to journal your trades in it. And of course, keeping your study materials regarding trading or any other subject. Alright, so when you head into your journal after creating an account, right, you're going to click on this tab right here, right, and you want to create a new page right here. Alright, so all you have to do is create a new page. So what you want to do is you want to head into here, get started, and click on table, right, and this is the journal, right, as you can see, it's empty, and we're going to add columns in here, and on the rows, you're going to put in your trades, alright. Here you can name it anything you want, right? And here we're going to add the columns that we're going to need. The columns are the most important thing in this journal, of course. If you have the right columns, you're going to take your trading game to the next level. And this is the exact objective of this video. I'm going to show you how to add your customized columns into this. So this journal is going to have common columns. So basically columns right here that every trader should have, right? Like the date and the hours, day of the week, right? And other columns that we're going to discuss later on. And it's going to have customized columns that is based on your own trading style or your trading strategy. So your strategy or your trading model is going to have variables or conditions, right? Or parameters. So here you're going to have customized columns based on your own strategy, based on your own conditions, and I'm going to show you that later on in this video. So first of all, let's start with the common columns right here. So the first one is the name or the number, I don't care, maybe you can put it here. So maybe the first trade you're going to write in 1 like here, but the thing about the first column is this one right here. So when you click here on open, you're going to have all the other columns in here or the parameters. But here on this blank space, you can keep your screenshots, right, of your trades. So whenever you take a screenshot on your trade, you can just put it in here. Just copy that image and put it on here, or just grab it and drop it here, or just upload it here. It doesn't matter, all right? So on the first column, we're going to have, or we're going to put our trade screenshots, all right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I like to put the date, right? So how to create the date column? All you have to do is to click on this one, edit property, the type of the property, and then we're going to select date. So you have a lot of properties here, type of properties, right? And you can play with these properties to add your own customized journal, all right? So first of all, let's add the date right here. So the date is very important. Of course, you're going to change here the name, and here you can change the format of the date. So as you can see here, whether it be full date, month, day, or year, so this is doesn't matter. And when you click on here, it's going to give you this, and you can just click on this one, and as you can see, the date is now shown. So that's the first, or this is the second column. Another column that I like to add is the day, all right? So the day of the week, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is very important, especially for day traders. You want to see which trades or which days of the week are the best for you and which days are the worst, so you can avoid them, all right? For me, I'm a scalper, so this is irrelevant to me, all right? I can trade any day, but if you day trade, if you take one trade per day, right? So this is very important, all right? So what property we're going to use, or what type of property? We're going to use select, all right? And let's change this to day of week, letters only, right? And here you want to click on edit property, and you want to click on here, add an option, all right? And here you're gonna add your options, which is the days, right? All right, so Monday, Tuesday, and so on and so on. So the next time you're gonna click here and you're gonna choose only one. Let's move on to another column, which is the pair. So this is also important, which pair. And we're gonna add also a select property, right? And of course, the same, we're gonna add some options in here. And these options are gonna be the pairs that you trade, and click enter. So as you can see here, another property, which is whether this trade is a winner or is it a loser. Now, of course, you can add another property, which is whether it's a short or long. For me, it doesn't matter, but you can absolutely add it, right? So all you have to do is, once again, click on add the select property right here, and then add the add long or short. But let's move on to another columns, which is, this is very important. And this one is a checkbox, and we're gonna name it win. Why this is important? Because this is the column that's gonna calculate your win rate. So if this is a winner, just click on this one right here. If it's not a winner, it's a loser, and check this. And how to automatically calculate your win rate? All you have to do is to click on here, calculate, and just click on checked, or here, percent checked, and here it will calculate your win rate, right? So this is very important. Let's add another column, and this one, if you have multiple setups, right? So let's say you have 2 setups or 3 setups when you are trading, you can click on this one and you add your setups, right? So which setup you used in this trade. Another important column, which is how many hours did you get on this trade, right? So here we're gonna add a number, right? And let's put this RR, right? And it's gonna be a number. Leave everything as it is right here. And here you're gonna add, let's say for example, you took 1 hour on this trade. My model is based on 1 hour, so I'm gonna use here 1. Now, the next 3 or 4 columns are very, very, very important. And these columns are the ones that are gonna make you or let you determine whether you want to increase your hours or leave it as it is. So the columns that we're gonna use are, let me create them very quickly, and I'm gonna explain them after I finish, all right? So here, as you can see, this is how you can determine if you want to hold your trades to higher hours, or is it better to stick to 1 hour or 2 hour. So here, what you want to do is, let's say you close this trade on 1 hour. Now, you need to determine or see is this trade reach 1.5 hour? If it did, you're gonna click on this. And as you can see, these are all checkbox, right? Just like this column. Now, did this trade reach 2 hour? If it did, click on this one. If it did also reach 2.5 hour, click on this one. If you want to use other columns like 3 hour, 4 hour, you can add them all as you want. So here, let's say this one also, this trade right here, the second trade was a winner, and also it reached 1.5 hour. So after a set of trades, let's say 10 trades or 20 trades, you're going to determine whether to increase the hours, or you can stay on 1 hour or 2 hour, right? Now, let's say, for example, that we have 10 winners right here. All the winners reached 1 hour, of course. So 10 winners, 10 hour. And let's say that 6 of those winners reached 2 hour. So here, you're going to have to make a decision whether to continue with 1 hour or to move on to 2 hour, right? Because 6 of them reached 2 hour, that's like 12 hour. But also, you're going to pay attention to the other 4, right? So whether you put a break even on those 4 or it turned out to be a loser, right? So these things needs to be analyzed very carefully, right? But basically, if you see like most of your trades went way above 1 hour, right? Then of course you're gonna need to increase your hours, all right? So this is very important, and this method is going to give you the confidence to hold your trades, right? It's going to give you the confidence. And also you can analyze which trades went all the way to 3R or 4R, for example. So the next time you see those kind of trades, of course, you're going to see some common things between those trades, right? That went all the way to 5R and 6R. Then you're going to try to hold those kind of trades. So this is all based on statistical data, and we are not using emotions. We are not using our feelings. And this is how you get better at your trading, right? Relying solely on statistical data. Now, I'm going to add a column right here, and it is very important, in my opinion. It might look silly, but in my opinion, it's very, very important. It's going to be a checkbox again, and we're going to write here, followed the rules. So whether this trade followed the rules or not. Now, this might look silly, but I'm pretty sure that we all take trades sometimes out of our trading plan, right? So if our trading plan says that in order for a setup to be a valid setup, it needs to meet 5 conditions or 6 conditions. Sometimes you see a setup and it meets like 4 of conditions, and we still have 2 to be checked, but we take it anyway. And what happens next is that it turned out to be a loser. So one of the main reasons that we sometimes take trades out of our trading plan is that we see a setup during the day, right? And it looks good, right? But it doesn't meet all of our conditions, and we are not allowed to take it. So we think that our trading plan is holding us back. Our trading plan is making us miss moves. And especially if you saw a setup that is not part of your trading plan, and that setup turned out to be a winner, right? So it hit your imaginary TP. So the next time you're going to see a similar one that doesn't meet all the conditions, you're going to take the trade anyway. But what you don't realize is that after a series of trade, this is going to affect your trading performance, and you're going to find out that whenever you didn't follow the rules, you took more losers than winners. But in order for you to realize that, you need to journal that in here, in a journal. So the next time you analyze your trades, you're going to find out that whenever you didn't follow the rules, you took more losers than winners. So this is a constant reminder that your trading plan is here to protect you and not hold you back, all right? Your trading plan is here to protect you, and this is based not on feelings, this is based on statistical data, all right? So the data says that whenever you don't follow the rules, you take more losers than winners. And whenever you follow the rules, you take winners. You end up the day or the week or the month in green, all right? So this is very important. This is more of a psychological column, right? It will tremendously help you in your trading. Now, of course, you can add a lot of columns in here. I don't know what is your strategy, but be creative, throw in some columns in here and test what works best. Now, there are other columns, like I said, that is customized on your strategy, your conditions on your strategy, those details on your strategy, the variables or the parameters. The next columns you can add specifically to that. And let me show you an example. Let me show you a quick example of what I mean, all right? So let's say, for example, this is one of my criteria to enter the trade, right? I want to see something like this. So basically, this is a reversal pattern, and of course, it needs to be from a point of interest, higher time frame point of interest. And when price starts retracing back into this range, I'm going to take my setup. So one thing that I can log and I can create a column in my journal is how many times or how frequent price comes back all the way to the 50% and then reverse. So if I see that most of the time price retrace back all the way to the 50% of this previous range, and then reverse, then I'm going to start taking all my trades from here. So now I don't have to think whether to enter from here, or from here. I'm always going to take my entries from the 50%. And of course, this will give me a better RR. Now, something that I can analyze and add into my journal is when doesn't the price return back to the 50%? So what are the scenarios that price just trades to here and then trade away from the area, all right? So maybe there is an SNDR from here, maybe this is an area, maybe there is an area here on the left that prevented this price or that prevented price to reach the 50% and then reverse. So this is very important, and it will help me make decisions the next time I'm going to take a trade. So whenever I see that there is an area right here, I'm not going to wait for the 50% to be hit, and I'm going to enter directly from here. If there isn't, and based on my statistical data, when there is not a zone from here, then price will likely to return to 50%. Then I'm going to wait for price to return to 50%. That's going to help me both in not missing trades and increasing my RR, right? So this is one example. Of course, you can be creative, throw in all kind of parameters, right? And decide which one works best after a series of trade. If you think that parameter or that column is useless, then of course you can remove it, add another one and test it out on a set of trades and see whether it's going to make your strategy better, your win rate better, or your Rs better, or it's going to make it worse, so you can eliminate it. So this is how you learn the ins and out of your strategy and recognize the patterns in your winners, right? And the patterns in your losers, so you can eliminate those and repeat the things that worked. Now, the final column I'm going to add, and I believe everyone should have this, is the lesson, all right? So click on the type and text, and you can name it to so here you can write whatever you want. What did you learn from this trade? Whether if it's a loser or a winner, what did you learn from it? And of course, you're going to learn more from losers than winners. So don't put here just one sentence or 2 words or something like that. Write everything that runs through your mind. For me, this column is the most important one in my journal, because here I can extract the patterns in my behaviors, right? So this is more of a psychological column than technical, right? Because sometimes I don't follow the rules, and I like to write here, why didn't I follow the rules? I believe that this is the end of this video. If you have any questions, DM me on my Twitter account or leave a comment down below, and I will answer you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading and good luck.